Hello, guys. Greetings of the day, and welcome to a technical seminar presentation. I am VN Sai Smaran, and today I'll be presenting on the topic Artificial Intelligence for Enhanced Mobility and 5G Connectivity in UAV-based critical missions. So, before we move on, we have to understand what does an UAV-based critical mission mean. UAV-based critical mission means any mission wherein we'll be using UAVs for certain main activity. It can be humanitarian assistance, it can be defense related applications, and it can be in strike missions which UAV can accomplish in a completely autonomous state. And we'll be learning more about it in the upcoming slides. So stick with me throughout the presentation. Okay, so the first thing is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, as we know, is an intelligence demonstrated by the machines, and it differs from the natural human intelligence. Our human intelligence is based on a variety of factors, emotions, to name a few. And AI has no emotion, and hence it can be called as artificial intelligence. The man whom we see over here is widely regarded as the father of AI. His name is Alan Turing, and he created the Turing machine in the World War II, which led to the artificial intelligence. He believed that only machines can defeat another machines. Moving on, 5G. Why is 5G used, and what is 5G? So 5G is the fifth generation of cellular networks. It is almost 100 times faster than the existing 4G cellular network which is present. A brief comparison can be seen in the image. To download a 1 GB file in 5G it takes 3.6 seconds. In 4G it takes 6 minutes. And in 3G it takes 26 hours. Also 5G has low latency. What does latency mean? Latency is the output which we get after a certain input is passed on to it. And the lower the latency, the better is the communication which happens, and hence 5G will be a game changer in autonomous UAVs. So let us learn about what is an UAV. What are the different types of UAVs? So UAVs came into spotlight when it was first used in the war on terrorism, starting in the year 2001 against the Osama bin Laden-led Al Qaeda organization. So UAVs are broadly classified into four types. We can see in the figure. We'll be learning about the classifications in the upcoming slides. So the Type A is a fixed wing UAV, which is very similar to a fighter jet. The below figure shows an American Predator UAV. It's the same UAV which even India wants to buy. The Type B is rotary wing. The name itself suggests that it is based on a helicopter-based UAV, and the below figure shows an MQ-8B American UAV. It was recently shown the door, and its successor called the Americans MQ-8C replaced the 8B as a helicopter-based UAV. The Type C is called as a multi-copter UAV. Multicopters, a common application, is mainly found in quadcopters, wherein there are four small rotors. The below figure shows an example of the same. We can also see in news that quadcopters are used when, in cross-border illegal drug trade or arms being crossed from one state to another state. Quadcopters can be used. The type D is loons, also called as balloons. Loons is a short form of balloons. Recently, again, in news, we can see that Chinese spy balloons was spotted over United States. That's one example wherein spy balloons can be used. So, how exactly is UAVs being made autonomous? For that, we have to know how a UAV navigates. Kindly pay attention to the diagram here. So the desired path planning is based on two factors. One is altitude control, which means vertical control, and horizontal control. So for vertical control, pitch is required, and for horizontal, yaw is required. And both can be controlled using a set of wings called as elevators. and ailerons. And all of this is connected to the UAV hardware. So when a UAV becomes autonomous, its main configuration is a yaw. You can see this image here. This becomes the pitch that is vertical. This horizontal can be the roll. It is how the UAV operates on a horizontal axis. And this down vertical is the yaw. For any aerial devices like fighter jets, helicopters, satellites to an extent, even UAVs, yaw plays an important role. So the yaw is actually important in determining whether the UAV stays in the air or it crashes to the ground. The UAV navigation is divided based on the application that it is shown in the given figure. Outdoor navigation, it is inertia, signal, and vision based. That is, vision based means it's based on the camera and IR sensors which are there. Navigation for wireless networking, again, inertia and signal based. Navigation for search and rescue, vision, signal based or others. And indoor navigation is almost similar to outdoor navigation. Only thing is the payload, that is, the sensors, will be different in this case. Moving on, characteristics of UAVs. So until now we learned about the different types, but what are the characteristics? If you ask me, we can see that in fixed wing, the power supply uses LiPo or fuel. Now we might wonder what is LiPo. We know what is Li ion, that is lithium ion. What is LiPo? So before lithium ion came into the picture, there was a certain set of batteries called as lithium polymer batteries, and the main disadvantage of lithium polymer is that it couldn't give the efficiency of the batteries, and hence it was sidelined and lithium ion came into the picture. So the limitations of fixed wing is it is uh, using horizontal takeoff and not VTOL. VTOL stands for vertical takeoff and landing. That is the need of the hour. So even without the runway, the UAV can land. Plus, it is expensive. Second, helicopter based, the power supply remains the same, but the drawback is that it is highly costly and also needs high maintenance. So the maintenance costs are high, and that is because, and also one more thing is the operator must be highly skilled as helicopters are very complex mechanisms in general. Third is the loans. Loans are one of the most cheapest based UAVs available. Also, one advantage of loans is that uh, it flies at exosphere. Exosphere is almost the edge of the atmosphere. From that height, it can see what is going on for recon and all. So this is widely used drones. But the thing is, it is very sensitive to natural factors like wind or hailstorms, which happens. Multi-copters are the last characteristic differentiation. Power supplies LiPo battery and also lithium ion can be used. It is inexpensive, but the range is very small, mainly for cross-border trade or any range of up to 10 kilometers it can be used. So it does not have the endurance which is required in big fixed wing UAVs. So now we move on to using AI and 5G in critical UAV based mission. Why is it important? So in emergency SAR teams, that is search and rescue teams, they can use UAVs so that they can come to know about the situation on ground better instead of going over there and then deciding. And how can it be done? It can be done using DNN model, that is deep neural networks. It uses DRL, that is deep reinforced learning model, so that the UAV can keep learning over a period of time. One algorithm is the Dagger algorithm, which can be used in such a way that the main use of Dagger algorithm is that it teaches the UAV from its past mistakes. So it is like a human at that point of time. It learns from its previous mistake and doesn't repeat the same. It doesn't repeat the same. Also in recon missions, it can be used, and also in object detection at night times. Again, because of computer vision, it can do the same. And drone strikes at night can be very tough job, and it can be achieved because of AI. So these are the certain papers that I referred in this uh, seminar. I referred to 9 papers, and just a quick glance. So the problem, as we have seen till now, the main thing is humanitarian. Second is defense-related applications. And also, humanitarian means human lives. So in natural calamities, often the time which is required by the NDRF personnel or the quick reaction personnel can be the difference between life and death, the time taken by them to react. So by using autonomous UAVs, this time taken to react can be made less. The solution using edge intelligence. First piece, what is edge intelligence if you ask, or if you get it out? It is a type of intelligence wherein the server is not stored as in a cloud or at one point of time. So, or at one particular area. So in edge intelligence, each device can be a server. So what happens is if an enemy does what is called as a DDoS attack or a cyber attack in simple terms, the cloud can be destroyed, but the usage of edge makes sure that the data can still be passed from one device to another. Second is the connectivity of 5G. 5G provides three different types of communication features: space-based, air-based, and ground-based. In ground-based, we can use device to device. Air-based, UAV to UAV. Space-based, we can use UAV to satellite. System intelligence, that is the intelligence process which is there with each and every system. For example, we know the Android system intelligence which is there, and the same can be used as an example to define what is a system intelligence. So the benefits, the processing speed is high because of edge intelligence, and data transmission is also good because of low latency, and that is possible only because of 5G. And through system intelligence, the whole process of acquiring the data, processing, monitoring is also more organized. So the result, the UAVs in autonomous operations can use SDAR, which stands for Sensor Driven Airborne Replanner. What is it if you ask? It is the very core of autonomous UAVs. In this, there are 2 points: ingress and egress. Ingress means incoming onto the target, egress means exiting from the target once the operation is done. It is mainly used to pursue and track the enemy's locations. In the past 90 days of 2023 alone, the world witnessed the power of AI and autonomous UAVs. This picture that you see was the same spy balloon which was spotted over the United States. The fighter jet that you see recently created history by flying autonomously for 17 hours. And the helicopter that you see is the Black Hawk helicopter. You might recognize it from the movie Black Hawk Down. And it also flew autonomous. It is completely without a pilot. You can see in the image, and it was possible because of the Maker X system. This UAV is a quadcopter called the STM Cargo. It has recorded the first autonomous kill ever by an UAV, and it was done in the year 2020 against a Libyan terrorist. So, conclusion, by understanding the concept of AI and 5G, the humanitarian assistance can be improved, defense related applications can be enhanced, and also the swarm ground technology can be made completely autonomous. And as a result, it helps in the overall growth of the UAVs. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me very patiently. I hope you, the listeners over here, got a brief idea about UAVs and autonomous UAVs. Thank you again.